Hello Munchers! Today I'm going to talk about my childhood, specifically about my time spent on family vacations in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, famous for Blackbeard the Pirate and the First Flight. Innocence is a word I would describe both the Outer Banks in the 80s as well as my experiences there. Our family would take a vacation for 2 weeks out of the year, the last week in July and the first week in August. In the 80s, the Outer Banks was still a pristine place that was untouched by large-scale tourism and corporate vulture capitalism. One could throw out a simple net and catch a dozen crabs. The fish were plentiful and there was no pollution. I fell in love with the taste of the ocean, the smell of the ocean, and where I met my first love. An innocent, childish love with hand-holding and playful interaction. I fell in love with this girl because she was unique and acted very mature for her age. I think she was in a hurry to grow up, which of course happened in her early teenage years when she got pregnant way too young to some dumbass teenage boy in Ohio. The Outer Banks was a very magical place in the 80s. I remember the freshly baked raisin bread covered with icing at the local bakery. I remember the homemade ice cream across the street where we stayed at Beacon Motor Lodge at milepost 11.5. I remember the fresh caught tuna, the late night card games with my mother's friends. I remember that is where my family acted normal and happy and carefree and loving. As I mentioned in my previous video, this was my tiny respite from being bullied and tormented every day as a child. I currently live in Venice Beach in Los Angeles. My childhood experience in the Outer Banks was a huge reason why I'm living in a place where I can surf the waves, enjoy the ocean, and enjoy the local culture, vibe, and energy of living near the beach. In an upcoming video, I will talk about why I eventually moved away from the East Coast of the United States and the DC metro area. This bold adventure entailed taking a huge leap of faith because I left a very solid situation in the DC metro area. I ended up driving cross-country with all my belongings in 2015 to Seattle, Washington. Until next time, thanks for listening, and thanks for being a friend.